In the midst of a serene forest, there was a small hut where a Zen master resided. He had many students who came to learn from him. One day, a new student arrived, eager to learn the ways of Zen. The master welcomed him and asked, "Why have you come here?" The student replied, "I want to know the nature of mind." The master smiled and said, "Come with me." He led the student to a small pond, where they sat down beside the water. The master looked at the student and asked, "What do you see?" The student looked at the pond and replied, "I see the reflection of the trees and the sky." The master nodded and said, "Now close your eyes and tell me what you see." The student did as he was told and replied, "I see nothing." The master smiled and said, "That is the nature of mind. When your mind is still and free of thoughts, you will see everything as it truly is." The student was puzzled. "But how do I achieve a still mind?" he asked. The master said, "It is not about achieving a still mind, but rather about letting go of your thoughts. Imagine that your thoughts are like clouds passing by in the sky. You do not hold on to the clouds, nor do you try to change them. You simply observe them and let them pass." The student nodded, but he still felt confused. The master continued, "Your mind is like a mirror. It reflects everything that comes before it, but it does not hold on to anything. If you can cultivate a mind like a mirror, you will see the world as it truly is." The student was amazed by the master's words. He spent the next few days practicing meditation and focusing on cultivating a still mind. At first, it was difficult. His mind was filled with thoughts and distractions. But with practice, he began to let go of his thoughts and focus on the present moment. One day, the master asked him to return to the pond. This time, when the student closed his eyes, he saw not just nothing, but a sense of peace and tranquility. He opened his eyes and looked at the master with a newfound understanding. The master smiled and said, "You have found the nature of mind. Keep practicing, and you will continue to deepen your understanding." The student thanked the master and left the forest, feeling a sense of peace and clarity he had never experienced before. From that day on, he continued to practice meditation and focus on cultivating a still mind. He found that in doing so, he was able to live his life with more clarity and purpose, and he was able to see the world around him in a new light. Years later, he returned to the forest to visit the master. He thanked him for his teachings and told him how they had changed his life. The master smiled and said, "You have found the nature of mind. But remember, it is a lifelong journey, and there is always more to discover." The student nodded, understanding the master's words more deeply than ever before. As he left the forest, he knew that he would continue to practice and deepen his understanding of the nature of mind for the rest of his life. The story teaches us the importance of cultivating a still mind through meditation and letting go of our thoughts. It emphasizes that when our minds are still, we can see the world around us in its true form. The student's journey of finding the nature of mind is a lifelong journey, and there is always more to discover. The story encourages us to practice and deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us continually. Thank you for watching. May you have peace and prosperity, and may all your wishes come true.